we'll at least put 3 in just to get it held into place. So I had the bolts laying here. Now, let me put one up top first to make it easier. Welcome back to the community, everybody, and thank you all for being part of it. Today, we're going to go ahead and adjust one of our fenders. I'm sure quite a few of you have run into this. It's not rocket science, but you might as well watch me do it and get it even. Are you subscribed to VW Trends magazine? If you're not, pop down in the description and please get yours. They are back in the saddle for quite a few years now. Let's show them some love and support. As you can see, this fender obviously lined up perfect with the apron. The apron is installed properly, just for notation. This fender, now they're both stamped in Mexico, but it doesn't mean they came out at the same time or what have you. You can see a difference here, about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. I don't feel like measuring. And the fender is kicked back. And I'll show you another spot you can see it in. I still have to grind this smooth and fill it. However, you can see this is lined up at the bottom and our indentation, our curve, is lined up perfect. So when you go to the other side, you can see where we're off here. So this needs brought down to here, and obviously this needs lowered. I know you probably don't think much of this, but it will literally drive me insane because everybody will see it. I'll see it, Heather will see it, and that will be the outcome. So I've only got 3 bolts holding the fenders on right now, so it'll only take me a second. I'm going to pull this fender, and we're going to go ahead and make some adjustments to it. I don't believe a good matching set. Most of the fenders you get are not going to be perfect to each other like a mate. I hope that made sense. So we're going to take a look. I don't believe these are slotted, but we're going to slot them and make adjustments and then check the best we can. Now, if you did notice, if the apron does appear to you that it's running downhill on this side, I'm still not finished adjusting the butt end. After it settled again, it became a little bit uneven. No big deal. Let's get the fender off. First things first, always chalk your back wheels. Always be as safe as you can. Okay. Nice touch. Let's get our wheel off. I only had 2 holding on since I'm in the garage. Now I want to see how much this is off for reasons for slotting it. So we're looking at about 1/4 inch. So let's see up here. Yeah, we got about, a little over 1/4 inch. So we're going to slot these up. Let's pull this off. Too many times, and I have seen, some of them at the car shows, and I'm not even putting anybody down. That's not my goal. However, you'll see fenders that are uneven when you can make them right. There's no doubt in my mind. You just got to do a little bit of messing around, that's all. I forgot to charge the battery for my Milwaukee ratchet. Oh. All right, so let's set this up here and make our markings. And oddly enough, and then we're going to slot these, this isn't something that I just ran into. This has happened before to me. And I do notice in a lot of the groups or in the comment section, people saying, my fenders aren't lining up equally, or the one's not lining up with the apron. So this is not something new. It's just nobody seems to really address it or do a video on it. And it's very, very easy to do. So just had to say that. So we were between 1/4 inch at the one side. I'm going to go right around a little under 1/2 inch. Now, it don't matter. You're just pretty much going to make a mark at each one. And remember, you're going to be adjusting. So all you're going to do is slot these back since we have to go that way. Let's get our Dremel out, or you can use a file. All right, let's get our Dremel 3000. We're going to have to figure out what we want to use to slot it with. I bought a case quite a while back with a lot of different pieces in it. So I have this one bit. I don't know how it's going to work. I'll show you in a minute. Let me see if this will kick it back a little bit. Nope. That ain't going to work. All right. I don't think this will work, but I'll try it. Okay, so it did start to work, but as you can tell, that's not a good idea. I have files, but not a rat tail that big, so let me find something else. I need to slot it a little further, and of course I got quite a few to do. All right, so I'm gonna try a cutting wheel is what I'm gonna try. And remember, when you're using these, especially these little thin ones, make sure you have eye protection on. It will go in your eye when it breaks. Slotted area, and there's no, I'm sitting here measuring 1/4 inch on each one. You can slot them as big as you want to, just don't be a nut job and cut a big hole. I'm just slotting what I think I'll need, and that way I can shift it. I'm going to speed up the film while I do the rest of them, and then we're going to fit it, and I'll show you how much nicer it makes it. The vehicle will look better. So hang tight with me. I know this is not real interesting, but it needed done. Now, one thing to note, if you are using a Dremel, okay, the cutoff wheels in them are very thin. They're almost for small hobbies. I kept breaking a couple because I'm pressing too hard. I'm used to using a regular 4.5 inch cutoff wheel. So if you take your time with them and you cut lightly, let the blade do the work. I was just showing you what I was doing wrong. I was pressing to try to cut quick. That doesn't work that way. Don't be an idiot. Okay, I'll do one more for you here, time-lapsed, and then I'll go ahead and we'll mount it on the car and start adjusting. See what I'm doing here? I'm just slotting them back so that we can shift the fender. Let me do the rest of them real quick. I'll be right back. So I slotted them out and then realized I had larger cutoff wheels for my Dremel, which was more thick. Only me. It's okay. What's done is done. I wished I had metal blades for my jigsaw because I could have ripped through it pretty quick, you know, to a point. So I'll show you the slots real quick. We're going to put them on a cart and we're going to try the adjustments on it. Now, one thing I might add is when you're slotting these sometimes, I made them a little wider, so to speak. You're going to need to go ahead and put a larger flat washer on because the stock one is probably going to come through. I mean, see, you can keep it from happening, but putting a bigger washer on will solve the issue. You don't have to do this, but I want my fenders nice and straight, even across the front at the bottom, because I'm probably going to run Nerf bars or T-bars, to be honest with you. So, okay. We'll at least put 3 in just to get it held into place. So I had the bolts laying here. Now, let me put one up top first to make it easier. Hopefully I have good luck here. Well, talk about good luck. Wow. Okay, let me tighten this 1 second. Now that I am happy with. Don't leave yet, I'm not done. There's a few tips and little things. Let me slam the wheel on, drop it down to the ground. Give me 1 second. Very happy with that. I can't smile enough. I can't stand when the fenders are uneven, and I'm not making fun of anybody. That is not my goal. But I do see them once in a while where the bottom of the fender is not lined up with the apron. I've seen people post on it in groups saying, you know, my fenders, I can't get them straight. You need to slot them a little bit when need be. And don't forget when you do that, if you chip the paint off, touch it up with a little bit of paint because you don't want the fenders to rust, okay? But that makes me happy. Make sure when you put your fender bolts back in to use a little bit of anti-seize on them. Some people like to use a little grease. I'll be honest with you, grease attracts dirt and it sticks to it. The anti-seize I would use instead. It's just an opinion, doesn't mean I'm right. Okay, a little anti-seize on them bolts. That way when you go to remove them, you don't rip the lugs out. So, okay. All right, I am so happy. That was easy. I wanted to get a little closer and forgot my microphone, but you can see there and then see there. I could probably tweak that maybe another, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch, if that, which I'll probably do because it'll make me crazy, but you can see how it all lined up. Sorry about the microphone. I came back up to do this and forgot my microphone, but I'm sure you can still hear me. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and sand the front fenders, apron, and trunk down and get them all in primer. I got to tell you, I'm really getting to like this stance. I don't know, do I need it lower in the front? Do you really think? I have a 2-inch narrow beam, 0 offset spindles, so I can bring it down further, but don't you kind of think it's looking good the way it is? Let me know what you think. All right, so why didn't I do the dash yet? Well, because it's a 3-day event to film it and put it all together. So that's why. Today's Sunday, so don't forget tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, a live chat. However, starting tomorrow, Monday, I'm going to take Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to sand, fix a couple holes, prime, paint, do the glove box, put that all together. So it's going to be a 3-day event condensed into like a 30-minute video for next week for the dashboard. Okay, I hope that sounded right. So that was the weekly video, and next week, okay, not for the main video, an in-between video, you're going to meet Rick and Barb. That's who purchased the 77 Matilda. I'm not sure if he's keeping that name. I think it's a cool name. But I'm going to show some segments of picking up from the junkyard, bringing it here, how they're looking it over, to Rick and Barb showing up, picking it up, and taking it to Kentucky and down in Kentucky. So I think that's a really cool video. He's a really good club member, and I would like to show that. I will see you this coming week. I'll see you tonight on live chat though at 8 p.m. Eastern. I hope you're there. Everybody have a really safe day. I had to run down the house.
Whoa! Woo! Do, 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 do.
What the hell you got the camera on for? What are you doing?